Today's story is about a place in Australia where the water doesn't rage, it doesn't crash, it waits. And when it pulls you in, no one hears you scream because you don't get the chance. Since 1959, more than 20 people have died here. And according to search and rescue teams, some of them were found in places that had already been searched. This is Babinda Boulders, a tropical swimming hole just south of Cairns in far north Queensland. To most people, it's paradise. Glassy creeks, rainforest trails, smooth granite boulders warmed by the sun. But if you follow the walking track past the tourist area, past the families and swimmers, you'll find a narrow path leading to a secluded stretch of water. Locals call it the Devil's Pool. It's fenced for a reason, because what waits beneath the surface isn't peaceful at all. The water flows between sheer rock faces carved over thousands of years. There are hidden drop-offs, powerful chutes, and submerged tunnels, and underneath it all is silence that swallows sound. There are signs everywhere. Do not enter. Many have died, but nearly all of the victims, ignore them. It doesn't look like danger, it looks like paradise. And that's exactly why people step in. In 2008, James Bennett was road tripping through Queensland with friends. James was 23 years old. He was smart, athletic, and had recently qualified as a geologist. He loved the outdoors and had a habit of chasing places that most people avoided. When they stopped at Babinda to cool off, James read the signs. He saw the words in red. He heard locals warning him, but James kept walking, all the way down to the forbidden stretch of water. Witnesses say he smiled, cracked a joke, then stepped into the water. He swam calmly, drifting between the rocks like it was another lazy afternoon. Then, mid-stroke, he disappeared. Divers searched immediately, and for days, but there was no sign of James. But on day 3, something changed. One of the divers surfaced, called the team over, and pointed. Wedged between two rocks, less than 2 meters below the surface, face down. And here's the part that no one can explain. That exact spot had already been searched more than once. He wasn't there. And then he was. The Yidinji people, the traditional owners of this land, never swim there because they already know what lives in the water. Long before settlers arrived, they told the story of Oolana, a young woman in love with a man outside her tribe. When they were separated, she ran all the way to the boulders and she threw herself in. Devastated, heartbroken, still calling for her lover. According to legend, her spirit never left, and now she waits not to kill the men who enter, but to bring them to her, to join her. In 1979, a teenage boy jumped in to impress his friends. He never came back up. Divers found him wedged beneath a rock shelf, 2 feet below the surface. He didn't have any bruises or wounds. He looked completely untouched, almost like he'd been just placed there. And it's not just the drownings, it's the pattern. Always young men, always in good weather, always just beyond the safe zone. Today, Devil's Pool is monitored, surrounded by fencing, but people still find their way in. They say the pool doesn't always pull you. Rescue workers have ruled every death here an accident, but off the record, they don't agree. One officer said, "I've seen drowning victims before. This is something else. This is unnatural." A park ranger said it best, "You can be the strongest swimmer in the world. It doesn't matter. If she sets her sights on you, you're already gone." So if you ever find yourself at the Devil's Pool and the air shifts, if the silence deepens and the water looks clearer than it should be, don't listen, don't lean in, whatever you do, don't go in. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss whatever's waiting next week, because some stories don't stay buried. Thanks for watching. Until next time, stay safe, stay curious, and stay out of the water.